And this pack, we lined up at the edge of the woods, and there was an officer there, and he was telling us what we had to do. And so he says, you go out and you turn left, and then there's a road, you gotta go up beside the road, and you go up towards the enemy. So I said, fine. So we start out, and there's a lieutenant out there. He's directing us which way to go, and he's out in the open, and he's standing like this and directing it. But the only problem was he was deer shot and got shot under the arm here, and it came out here, and 2 dishes of blood was pumping out of him. So I don't think he lasted very long. So I came to this raised road that was about 16 inches higher than, maybe 18 inches higher than the surrounding terrain. And we had to go up that, you know. But the Germans commenced firing artillery at us. And that artillery was really screaming. It was coming in one shell after another. And when it landed, it'd make a cordite, it was white snow, and make like a cone, a black cone from the cordite, where it lit. So you could walk maybe here, and then about over here is another shell, here's another shell. And what I did is kept the road between me and where the shells were coming to have some cover. And I had a fellow by the name of Di Pasquale. They made him acting corporals, and I says, come on, Di Pasquale, keep moving up. You see, if you move up on the enemy, they won't fire on you with artillery. And I kept pushing them. And I was there, and all of a sudden, one shell came very close, went over my pack, and exploded, and drove my pack up and down on my back, and drove me into the snow further. But I didn't get hurt. So I moved up so far, and one of our tank destroyers ran up the road, knocked out 2 German tanks, so it was okay. And I went up beside the road, and then I crossed over to the other side, and I'm running up. And I'd say about, I don't know, about 60, 70 yards short of the top, there was a cutout in the side of the hill. It was the level place there, and the hill was round back, went like that. And there were 2 German soldiers who didn't have any arms. I had passed rifles prior to that. You know, I found it in the snow. And when I got there, these 2 German soldiers were a boy about 13 and a boy about 14 years old in German uniforms. They had their hands up, and they were cowering like this, and I had my rifle there. And if you ever saw the fear of death, that was the fear of death. And I said to myself, what am I? Judge, jury, and executioner? I'll leave that to somebody else. Because we had orders not to take any prisoners. And I had to make a decision, and that was my decision. I didn't want to murder 2 kids, but they had no arms. They wouldn't give me any trouble. And so I went on. I did hear 2 shots ring out later, but I don't know if it was for them or not. I just thank God it wasn't me. And war is hell. You know, you got to make decisions.